Of course, here at the Mobile World Conference in Barcelona, no surprise, you've got hardware makers, you've got operating systems, you've got app developers. But this year also, Ford Motor Car has come to the Mobile World Conference to unveil one of its new cars and its new technology to connect the automobile to your life. What is Ford doing at what most people think of as a mobile phone conference?
Well, first of all, our industries are really converging. I mean, today we announced we're putting Sync, which is our program we have with Microsoft on voice recognition and bringing all of your digital life into the car. We announced we're bringing that to Europe.
And the idea is a car like this to be connected to your life, connected to your phone, connected to your house. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, yeah, I mean, in the short term, yes. I mean, it's, a car like this, you can really seamlessly bring in your smartphone into the vehicle, and then anything that you would do, on a tablet or a phone, you can now do from your car, but you do it hands on the wheel and voice activated. So, we don't want driver distraction.
Well, that was going to be my question. Aren't you just putting more things into the driver's mind instead of thinking about driving?
And actually, we're actually taking that away from them, because today, often drivers are looking down, and we know that they're playing with their cell phone and texting, and we want them to stop all that. We want them to be looking at the road, and we want to have their their hands on the wheel. And so what our technology is allowing them to do that, knowing that they want to also be connected.
Now, give me an example in the future. I've heard some wild things about my car knowing I didn't use my coffee pot in the morning, and that it will suggest how I get to a coffee shop.
Well, I mean, that's the easy thing. We can do that for you right now. With this new technology, you can ask your car to where are the coffee shops and then take me to it. A little bit longer, though, we introduced a concept vehicle here called the EVOS, which uses cloud computing. And once you have that, it's almost limitless. I mean, that car, the EVOS, it can turn off your lights in your car. It knows your calendar, but it can also check your health. It can do a blood sugar reading, a blood pressure reading. I mean, it's really, it's quite remarkable, how much you can do once you connect to the cloud.
So tell me how my car of the future, my Ford of the future, will know my calendar and know if I have a meeting canceled, and then I can drive the long way to work.
Yeah, I mean, it'll do all of that because it'll be connected to the cloud, and all the data that you have in your daily life will be available to you in your car.
Of course, not everybody's comfortable with the idea of this information in the cloud, and that security is still a very big issue.
Of course, and that's one of the issues that we're going to have to work out as we go along, and that's why we're actually here to talk to the mobile providers, because they're already facing many of those security issues. And you're right. I mean, I think for now, what we're working with is opt-in. You can opt in with how much you're comfortable with. Because let me give you a real-world example. Your car will know where you are at any moment. And that's great for safety reasons, particularly as you start to get into vehicle-to-vehicle communication and vehicle-to-infrastructure communication. But the downside of that potentially is, somebody knows where you are at every second. And so those are the kind of issues that we're going to have to work through as we develop all these technologies.